It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And coming up next is the Commanders' athletic corner, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Commanders and the Saints under the lights.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, You can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse. And here we go from New Orleans. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They've got a man in motion. They'll throw on 1st. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Saints finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Kate, he's had some time to work past their last game, and he needs second of it. A 4-interception game isn't easy for anybody to move on from, even for the shortest of memories. He's got to get his head right this week. This team needs him to deliver.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 41. And he's brought down after a short gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and they netted some positive yards.
Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lone back gets the handoff. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to the air here. Catch made underneath by the back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more.
They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On first down, they'll run. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finds him over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Saints drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Has it downfield working the left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Hit some space around midfield. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. Looking to throw on first and goal. Looking right, and he finds him. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 6. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Nothing on that play, and now it's 4th and goal from the 2.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
On the ground again on 4th and goal. And that hit stops him in his tracks. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we work our way through this regular season, you can see he's currently sitting in the top 5 of the league in passing. They bring their tight end left. They'll run here on first down. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. He'll throw it from his own end zone. Short pass brought in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And not a whole lot to work with. He's only able to reach the 5-yard line. Call it 1 yard on the run. That's going to set up 4th and 7.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
So on 4th down, outruns J.K. Scott to send it skyward. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. Oh, he lost the football. And it's a turnover, and the defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Here comes the Saints offense. They're already on a modest little winning streak here. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Here's 2nd and 5. Finds him on the slant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Right up the gut. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He'll look to throw. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Saints come marching onto the field. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Airing it out to start this drive. He's got it over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll try and throw it here. It's his running back. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
He's dropping back to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
This defense needed that, Kate. Just something good to happen. Creating a negative play. You never know when this thing could turn in the NFL, and that sack is exactly what the doctor ordered.
And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And they're going to try to break through this defense and put some points up. They're down 14-zip. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Man in motion here. 2nd and 8. It is caught left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Up the sideline, past the 45. And he gets this down to the 38. It's a 31-yard play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way He's telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 13. Off the mark there, incomplete pass.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders make it a 1-score game in the first half. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's got a man left. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints are on the move here. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Pass play now. Setting up the running back screen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get it up to the 44.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Saints calling for a timeout, so they're first. Sending the tight end in motion left. Still sticking with the passing game. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Here's a throw. Brought in right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They're set up at the 35 now. Back to pass on 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. He'll throw it. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, they're going to count on those being efficient and effective. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a chunk. He's got it inside the 25. So we're at halftime here in beautiful New Orleans, and it's the Saints who've got the lead as we head to the break. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where you see the final score there. The Cowboys are most likely looking at a playoff-free season, but they do pick up win number 3 on the year. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Commanders and this running back headed back out for a new series. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a 1-score game here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he gets him around 6 there. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 32. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Point after, up and good by McPherson. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. A tight end in motion now. Give now to the running back. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He's going to throw this one. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's the handoff. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back to throw now. Finds him on the crossing route. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Working inside the red zone. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now looking to throw. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll try and punch it in. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal. Pass play coming here. And that's a Washington touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back-to-back carries here. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 48. Cut out left. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Motioning the tight end now. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Saints are going to have a first down. They're throwing it. Complete out to the right side. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. Looking for somewhere to throw. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. They send a man in motion. He'll throw it yet again. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making a 16-point ball game. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown. Yeah,
such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints take a 3-possession lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Commanders ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll throw it. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They have themselves another 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward for a modest pickup to the 43. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 43. Out to his wideout. It's a screen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Following the play, we have an injured Commander. The training staff out there to check on him as we pause. Offense set for a 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Setting up the screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Saints get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
To throw here on first down. Hauled in left side. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Second down now, 7 to go. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front. And they fired off the line, knowing a run was coming. And boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. J.K. Scott will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. That's him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. Still sticking with the passing game. It is Cup, left side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington first. They are throwing it again. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Has touchdown. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
It's a win for the Saints. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from New Orleans.